those guys were Americans. They were all ex like special forces guys that started doing that government contracting, and Hillary Clinton knowingly pretty much got them killed, and then lambasted and lied about it in order to cover her career. It'd be really, really great to get those guys justice so many years later. I'd be curious to what would happen. Do you think Hillary Clinton would really get indicted and tried for malfeasance? Are we just going to recircle the whole thing? Or really, I mean, if we could just tie people to their lies and perjury that they committed during those trials by getting the truth out, I think that would be pretty effective. I mean, we need to see some retribution one way or another. I don't care if it's by tax fraud or whatever rules they want to use. We need some people to start go to jail in order to actually get retribution.
Yeah, I agree, but I do think, Trump said he's going to take down the world neocon establishment. People call it whatever. Global homo is what I call it, but some people, international Jewry, or world jury, or the globalists, the whatever bullshit. There's like a million names for this entity, and Obama has been sitting at the head of that for a while. It's the CIA. The Bushes and Obama were born into that whole apparatus. So yeah, I think it is really geared towards starting to gut the global homo, their world neocon establishment, as Trump refers to it. But yeah, exposing all of that kind of stuff as much as they can, especially when we're going to war with Mexico, and if they want to get the boys to trust the American government, one of the ways is to actually expose the corrupt government, that what they did to these guys, and say we're never going to do this again, and that's why we're exposing all this bullshit. We're never going to allow this kind of thing to happen again. I do think that's very effective to get people kind of back on it, even though most people already know. Like that movie was a big movie. A lot of people went and watched that movie. That it's not like that movie just went under the rug. So, but let me see here. Yeah, go ahead and jump back in there, Rush. I'm gonna start the whole banging the war drums here in just a second. Or Overwatch came up, Rush or Overwatch, whatever. Whoever wants to jump in there.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go. Thank you, General. Good morning, everybody. In addition to the ethnic American thing that really is driving them crazy, the war with Mexico thing. So I had to get some work done. I got some the tire shop I go to is a Mexican guy owns it. He's legit. He's actually tried to run for office here in the town before, and he is a full citizen, has a legit business. And we were talking. I always talk to him when we go in there about politics and stuff. I'll get my stuff done. And I started talking to him about the war with, because he brought up the Venezuela, and I heard we got ships down there and da-da-da, and so I started going over everything, and I told him, they flushed their prison into our country. Trump hasn't forgot about that we need restitution for that. And you could see his eyes fill up, and I said, we're going to war with Mexico too. And he said, well, why would we go to war with Mexico? I said, all the people they killed with fentanyl. I said, do you realize how many people they killed with fentanyl? It's more than World War II. And his eyes just got, and I started explaining the talking points and why and everything, and you could just see he was scared. He was very worried. And he didn't have any pushback. He's like, wow, So and then I've been getting a lot of blowback. I didn't get blowback from him, but online, if you post that, you immediately people really get offended by that. So a lot of the subvertives don't like that talking point at all. So I think it's awesome. I'll land it.
Well, that's why Trump has gone about it the way he has. He's not trying to alarm people just yet. But you can see it's hilarious when they first realize, like when that light bulb goes off in their head and they have that, oh shit moment, like the coming to Jesus moment. They when you just see, you can see it, right? Yeah, go ahead, Rush.
Yeah, I agree. That you can see that coming to Jesus moment in someone's eyes when you drop a truth bomb on them. You tell them thinking about it. You can see them thinking about it, which is extremely powerful. And that's what we have to do, is continue to just push this truth to people around us, people we interact with. That's how we're going to continue to get it spread. But I mean, I say it all the time. The knowledge that you can get, from this space and being connected to so many world events and ahead of the stream, it really is empowering, because every topic, you have a lot of information on, you have a lot of talking points on. And once people see you as a reliable source, they'll keep coming back to you for more and more information. And so, it is positive. I mean, this is how we win. This is how we win, is communicating to our people and waking them up to the reality of not only what is happening in the world, but also, what was stolen from us and who we are, and taking that back. So it does look like Israel's on their final push with Gaza. The AP is reporting that an American aid official was killed. But in a recent hospital was bombed last night. So it looks like they're on that final push in Israel getting their ethno state, and it's crazy to me. Over the weekend, I heard them already talking about destructing the mosque and building their third temple. It's pretty crazy times.
Yeah, that they're going full steam ahead. But again, like, who is the world neocon establishment? Who is Trump actually going to war with? We gave that breakdown yesterday. If he's gonna remove this foreign power structure over the United States, or deep state, we have to go to war with Mexico. We have to go to war with these drug cartels. The way that these deep state entities are funded is through the drug cartels. And Rush, you kind of pointed out about how all the poppy fields were even right next to all the military bases in Afghanistan. We were essentially protecting them for them. This isn't a new issue. They have movies like American Gangster, where they show how the U.S. military was busting this stuff in for the purpose of the deep state, to keep them operational. Well, if you want to cut them out, that's how you do it. You go to war with them. And so I have a post up here. I just posted it. And this is a clip from Marco Rubio. And it's kind of a long post that I have here. But essentially, deep state rhino Marco Rubio, he's trying to blame the issue in Venezuela on China, Russia, and Iran. And I just kind of give the breakdown as to why he would be doing this, because he's given the cartels a free pass. Surprise, surprise, the Latino Hispanic guy is trying to cover for the Latino cartels. Like, this is what they do, right? So, number one, I point out, why is he promoting Russia? Why does he want to tie Russia into this? The reason why he wants to tie Russia into this is because he wants to continue the war with Russia. The further they continue the war with Russia, the more weapons we'll send to the Ukraine, and the more weapons the Ukraine will have to funnel back to the black market into the hands of the cartels, who we're going to war with. So this is their backdoor into, like, using our tax dollars and our weapons against us in the hands of the cartels. Tucker Carlson did an entire segment on this, breaking down and exposing how they're selling all of our military equipment on the black market, and it's all ending up in the hands of the cartels down in Mexico and Latin America. So by Marco Rubio, this deep state fucker, by him going in there and trying to keep that war going by blaming Russia, he's just trying to make sure that the cartels keep getting our weapons to fight against us. this is what he's doing, why he's bringing up Russia, and that's also why Trump wants to end the war
I got in a live
with
chat
Ukraine and
on.
Russia
I
as
don't
fast as
know
possible,
if y'all
because he
can
doesn't
hear the
want
broadcast
our
yet.
weapons to keep ending up in the hands of the cartels that
Send me
we're
a
sending
message,
to
let me know
Ukraine.
what it sounds like.
That's number one.
Hear me.
Number two, why does he bring up China? Well, we've already covered this a million times on here, but the Indians, they're all demonizing China because they're hoping, and the deep state's number one target right now is to take all of the production out of China and install it into India.
Oh,
And they want to take our jobs from here and also send those to India.
live chat.
So that's why he's implicating China. And with Iran, same thing. Like, Israel's trying to gear up to go to war with Iran. And so implicating it in this will get the American people to want to support those foreign wars. However, if by Marco Rubio doing this and saying it's not the cartels, then we can't have our war on terror with Venezuela. So he's protecting Venezuela and trying to give them cover because he's a shitbag Latino who's trying to cover the Latino cartels. He's a deep state rhino, right? But the reality is, Caroline Leavitt already came out and made the statement, official statement from Trump, that that the government is the cartel. The government in I'll put that up as well. But the government in Venezuela are the cartels. They've been funded by the cartels. You know, it wasn't Russia, China, and Iran who emptied out the Venezuelan prisons into the United States. That was the cartels down there. Okay, so like all this bullshit from Marco Rubio being a retarded Latino brown dude who claims to be born in America and he can't even speak English without a Spanish accent, like we weren't gonna disseminate all this stuff that he's talking about and all his talking points here. We're exposing exactly why he's making all these connections while trying to give his own people, the Latin people, a pass to continue killing Americans. But I put up the clip from Caroline Leavitt. It's also up there. And she says directly that the government, Maduro's government, is an illegitimate government and that they are a cartel, and we're going to treat them as such. We're going to treat them as the cartels. So hopefully Trump won't listen to this retarded-ass Latino Rubio, who's just a rhino deep state bad actor trying to run cover for the cartels and trying to prevent that, and while exacerbating the wars that keep funding the drug cartels. So yeah, you guys can go ahead and give that a like and share that one with Rubio if you want. Let people actually know what the hell is going on with this guy and why he's doing what he's doing. But again, this is the problem with having these foreigners in our government. You know, like Rubio or J.D. Vance or Vivek or all these people. It's a big problem. Ilhan Omar, they all have to go. And the more you put them in there, the worse it gets. I think it was Ivy put it in yesterday. Harmeet Dillon, she was promoting this Jesus guy and saying he's a strong candidate. He's going to help me destroy DEI. And I'm just thinking to myself, are you insane, lady? Do you think people are stupid? You are a DEI hire. And you just hired another DEI guy, and you're talking about destroying DEI. Like, well, do you really think Americans are that stupid? But there they are. This is the problem with all these foreigners in our government. They say one thing right in your face while they're doing the exact same thing that they're claiming they're not doing. And Ivy, if you have that post, feel free to throw it up there.
Oh, I will.
But yeah, I mean, Rush or any of you guys, what's your thoughts on this whole Rubio, like that breakdown there? Yeah, go ahead, Overwatch.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely spot on. It's awesome. I think you're right over the target, right on the money, as usual, General. And Trump used to call him Little Marco, and just I don't know if Trump knows what they're doing. He's letting them expose themselves, or he's just retarded to it, doesn't see it. I don't know what's going on, but I mean, once you started bringing these points up, I mean, I could see the pattern, and I think everybody else is, and I'm gonna hit him up and post it to MGG, Matt Gates, and I'm sure those two probably know, but and send it to everybody. But it's so obvious, but I just don't understand Trump's tack on it. I still refer to him as little Marco.
Well, my concern is people are trying to promote him as like the VP under J.D. Vance, and this guy is knee deep in promoting all the deep state stuff, same as J.D. Vance. That would be like a match made in hell to have J.D. Vance and this guy in there. No way in hell. Like anyone in the right mind that sees what this guy's doing would agree with this nonsense he's on. He's trying to, he's counter signaling what Trump is saying. Caroline Leavitt, when she gets up there, she's speaking on behalf of Trump. And now this guy's trying to get up there and say, it's not the drug cartels, it's Russia and China and Iran. Like, you can't make this stuff up. But again, he's a brown Hispanic who's going to protect other brown Hispanics. And this is the problem. Be ready. You're up, because we're in for a wild ride here, I think. And Ivy, if you can throw that in there with Harmeet Dillon with her nonsense.
Oh, it's down. It's down on Purple Pill. I don't know how to put it.
Okay, I'll do it.
I'm old lady.
I'll do it here, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So she's promoting this guy, and he's another brown invader, right? He's not American. And she's promoting him, saying, he's a rock star for SCOTUS, protecting our elections, helping me kill DEI. Like, what are you talking about? You are DEI, Harmeet Dillon, and so is this guy. How are you killing DEI? And we're still seeing all these racially motivated attacks going on, like Big Balls. He was attacked in Washington, D.C., and that crazy Biggs lady let the guy off. Just let him walk away. And the guy's all beat and battered and bloody. And they just give him, okay, just go. Just walk away. That's Harmeet Dillon's DOJ. She's the one responsible for that. She's the one that is responsible for all these, like the race relations and all that stuff. And she's making it worse. Like the guy on the subway. That guy in the subway was going at the white guy standing there with a skateboard in his hand, and all the cops are just standing there watching him. And the guy had a knife in his hand going at him. The cops still did nothing until he started stepping up to the white guy. The white guy hit him in the face with his skateboard, and then they went after the white guy and put him on his knees, and like, this guy's coming at him with a knife, and you're standing there doing nothing. And I'm sure they'll throw the book at the white guy for defending himself. And the guy with a knife, they'll just give him a slap on the wrist and let him go, or not even charge him, period. But again, that's Harmeet Dillon's DOJ. She's just like Obama. She's going to do the same shit. She's going to make huge problems, more race war type problems, and pushing bullshit in the country. She is a big ass problem that we have. Yeah, Overwatch, go ahead, jump in there.
Yeah, exactly. I put a post out responding to that yesterday and said, how the black guy, he saw the whole thing going down. That was exactly my take, generally. I agree with you. He showed a group preference. He showed group preference. It was clear from anybody observing that who the aggressor was, who the danger was, and they act like the white guy with the skateboards, the Unabomber or something, when they come in, and the other guy's down there still running around with the knife down in the trench down there on the tracks and stuff. And I said, yes, here you go. The black cop showing group preference, and what was disappointing to me is the other white cop didn't say anything, like, no, he's just hold him over there. He's not the bad guy. It's this guy, he just, I don't know. It's just disgusting. And then, and then when you call it out, they get mad, and I said, like, white people need to start doing the same thing. It's only racist when white people show in-group preference, but when every other group, it's normal and it's fine. you know, and I wanted to shout out to Ivy. Ivy, that list you posted of all the companies in the chat with that are contributing to Israel, I did a post on that, and I put you at the top, your account that you did that. That was awesome. Thank you. I'll land it.
You're most welcome. And when we talk about multicultural countries, how beautiful they are, let me just tell you my statistic back home per capita. When it comes to the rape, is 0.98, and when it comes to the murder, it's 0.58. So anybody who said that multicultural give diversity and beautiful culture, he's a sick in this head or he's paid from someone. No normal person will say that multicultural bring anything else. Comparing to in UK, when rape is 109 per 100 people, 100,000 women, men, whatever. Europe needs to go to war. There is no other solution. Civil war in all countries, Western country. We have a big protest on September against legal workers. So we don't have illegal at all. But now we will going to on the street on September to say stop this import of third world workers. We are not for that. Nobody likes them. We don't care. They're doing shit. Now I see some lady took the cab and he tried to rape her. I don't know what happened with him, but it started. It started in my small country, and we need to stop that. And we will, because we will become Ireland. They will replace us, and we will not allow them to do that. I'm very happy to see what will happen in September, because it start breaking our heritage. So one of them in the middle of a capital city just decide to swim in one of the fountains. Yeah, it start in the big in capital city the most. They are all concentrate in that part. So September, here we go. Go fuck from my country, legal or illegal. We don't care.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing now. In America, the whole sentiment is changing. These guys, one of the big accounts yesterday said, I used to be okay with legal immigration, not anymore. All these people need to get out. So, yeah, people are changing their whole tune on that really quick here in the United States too. Red Pill, jump in there, and then we'll go to Drew.
Yep, you betcha. Thanks, General. So, and I think it goes without saying, but no one with the first name of Harmeet has any business within a half mile of any government buildings. These positions, we think, you know, oh, they're just in the background. They're not really going to, make any kind of an impact. And then before you know it, we're looking at a 2028 ticket with a coal burner, Mr. Vance, or whatever he's calling himself this week, and and a Cuban. That's what they're pushing. That's what they think we want. And I don't want that. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. I would hope that most folks feel just the same. And thanks for the mic.
Yeah, go ahead, Drew. And Drew, yeah, thank you for running this space on Saturday. Everyone give Drew a follow. Yeah, go ahead, Drew.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, thanks for the shout out. I appreciate it. Well, good morning, General. Good morning, Rush, Ivy, Overwatch. How you guys doing? Overwatch, I just wanted to kind of expand on something that you just said about white people, right? If you go in your search bar of Google and just put in total white population globally in 1960, you're going to come up with a number around 30%. Well, if you do the same thing for today, you're going to come up with a number that is around 8%. And one can only surmise from these statistics that whites have been targeted for genocide. And you could see it, I think it was Rush this morning, or maybe this morning, had posted a clip of this African invader in Europe saying that Europe is not for white people. People have to start getting really ticked off about losing their land. They're losing their heritage. It's our ancestral homelands. I mean, whether it be here in America or whether it be there in Europe, they are trying to wipe us out, and they are trying to send their replacements over here. They're foreign invaders that they keep bringing in. You got this guy, Mohammadi, I can't even say his first name, in New York City, right? Running for public office, can't even bench press 135 pounds. I mean, how weak are these people? And what does that say about us for allowing this to happen? We have to be stronger. We have to stand up to this foreign invasion that's seeing the plight of our own people within our own white nations. Like I said, whether it be Ireland or England, look, they're standing up. They're waving the English St. George flag. We have to be more proactive and in your face, as General and Rush say, with don't be nice to these people. Be proud of your American heritage. Wave your American flags. Stand up for your white brothers and sisters. And we have to do better, because if we don't, the future doesn't look too good for us ethnic white people. Because man, from going from 30% of the world's population in just 60 years becoming 8%. I mean, it's not looking good. We got to save our own white brothers and sisters from fentanyl. We got to stop this pouring in from Canada, Mexico. We have to start having men's groups, and women start having women's groups. We got to start collectivizing, and you know, I'm not saying like return of the land is the thing to do, but what I am saying is that within your own community, in your own area, start collectivizing, start getting together and talking about these things, because this is the only way we're going to get this 100th monkey theory going on, to where this idea is ubiquitous throughout white society. And with that, I land.
Yeah, I mean, even Trump put out on the White House the official White House account, and getting your militias. You know, like when the government's telling you that, you know it's about to get real. And we are going to war with Mexico and Latin America, and there are a massive amount of them in the United States. Over 80 million of them in the United States. You know, just Mexicans alone make up 60 to 70 million citizens, quote unquote, American citizens. These people identify with their ethnic group, ethnically Mexican. They don't view themselves as American. They're not going to say. So this is a huge issue. And I will put up that other post that you were talking about, because Mr. Rev has showed up on the scene, and I want him to comment on this. What kind of fire is about to come through the microphone, I don't know. But, yeah, Rev, welcome to the show. And I put this up here in Port.
It'd be really cool if you could hear. Test. Mic's on, test. Alright, I'm gonna set it down. I'll bring it back up in a minute, and I'll know more about what I got.